Welcome back, everybody, as we get ready for the varsity contest between the 10-2 Trotwood Rams and the 11-2 Sidney Yellow Jackets. Of course, as you look at the stats there that we have posted on the screen, a couple of staggering ones that stick out. Obviously, the 100.9 points per game by Trotwood. Trotwood comes in ranked number 1 in Division II. The Yellow Jackets, of course, have received votes in Division I this year, so we're hoping for a really good contest this evening between two teams that are at the top of their respective divisions in the Greater Western Ohio Conference. Most of the other stats pretty comparable. The other one that sticks out a little bit, Trotwood averaging 16.7 steals per ball game. Of course, that's led by number 1, Amari Davis, who leads the entire G-Walk in Greater Dayton area with 5.7 steals per ball game. In terms of shooting, Trotwood shooting 55% from the floor versus the Yellow Jackets 46%. Trotwood shooting a little bit better from the free throw line and the three-point line as well. We'll go ahead and we'll take those stats down real quick. Let's take a look at the standings. First of all, in the North, Sidney currently sits atop the North at 11-2, 8-1 in the North. Of course, the one loss to Fairborn this past Friday. Butler at 13-2 and 8-2 in the North is bearing down on the Yellow Jackets, followed by Troy, Tip, Piqua, and Greenville. Trotwood in the G-Walk American South is in first place at 10-2 and 7-0 in the Greater Western Ohio Conference play. Second place Fairborn, then Xenia, Stebbins, and West Carrollton. Looking at Trotwood results so far this year, as you look at that, of course, many games over 100 points, as we said, averaging 100.9 per ball game. They start off the season with a win at West Carrollton and then wins at home against Centerville and Xenia before beating Stebbins. Crispus Tux, I believe is how you say that, and then lost to Wayne in overtime, 91-88. That was, of course, right before the Jackets played Wayne. Then got on a real roll as they demolished Piqua, beat Thurgood Marshall by a lot, beat Greenville by 90, beat Butler after a big first quarter, and then won at Troy before most recently losing at the Flying to the Hoop to Pickerington Central, 95-80. Of course, that is nothing to sneeze at, as Pick Central is, I believe, like number 6 in Division I. The Yellow Jackets, on the other hand, started off their season with a win at Tip and then lost their first loss at Mason by 19. After that, they went on a really nice winning streak where they beat Bellefontaine, Troy, Piqua, Butler, Greenville, Wayne in overtime, West Carrollton, a big win against Xenia at home, Northmont on the road before blowing a 17-point lead at Fairborn, and then most recently beating Stebbins 64-52. Well, Caleb, as we get ready here, I'm going to look at some stats and the starters here in just a moment, but what are kind of your keys to the game for the Yellow Jackets?
Just like the JV. Just got to stop Trotwood's high-powered offense and get some steals here and there, and it should be a good one.
Of course, when you play against Trotwood, the scouting report over the last several years has been very, very similar, and I talked to Coach Willoughby earlier today. You hate to oversimplify it, but it's taking care of the ball and getting defensive rebounds. They're obviously a high-power scoring offense, Coach Willoughby said, so you can't give them extra possessions, whether it be from your own turnovers or from their rebounds. So we'll keep a close eye on that, as that'll be a big key to the ball game. Let's talk about the starters. First of all, for the visiting Trotwood Rams, they start number 1, Amari Davis, the 6'4 senior guard, the all-time leading scorer at Trotwood, averaging 27.6 points a game this year. That's second in the entire G-Walk, 6.5 rebounds per contest, 3.1 assists, and 5.7 steals, which leads the entire G-Walk. Also starting, number 3, Sammy Anderson, a 6'2 junior guard. He's averaging in double figures at 11.7 points per ball game, 3.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, and 2.5 steals. Number 5, Keontae Hewley, a 5'10 junior guard, averaging 6.4 points per game, 2.9 rebounds, and 2.8 assists. Carl Blanton, number 11, a 6'2 junior guard, averaging 18.4, the second leading scorer for Trotwood, to go along with 3.7 rebounds, 2.7 assists, and 2 steals. And rounding out the starting lineup, number 15, Justin Stevens, the 6'6 senior forward, averaging nearly a double-double at 10 points and 9.5 rebounds. We'll pause here for the national anthem. Once again, just recapping the starters for Trotwood. Number 1, Amari Davis, the 6'4 senior guard. Number 3, Sammy Anderson, the 6'2 junior guard. Number 5, Keontae Hewley, the 5'10 junior guard. Number 11, Carl Blanton, a 6'2 junior guard. And number 15, Justin Stevens, a 6'6 senior forward. We'll get the Yellow Jackets as they come out. Once again, Trotwood coming into the ball game as the number 1 ranked team in Division II off a loss against Pickerington Central. And the Yellow Jackets come in at 11-2 off of probably not playing their best ball of the year as they lost at Fairborn and then squeaked a win on the road against Stebbins. The Yellow Jackets will send out their normal starting 5. Number 2, Rotez Roberts, a 6'3 senior forward, averaging nearly a double-double at 11.2 points and 9.2 rebounds per contest, and a G-Walk leading 4.7 blocks per game. Number 5, Darren Taborn, the 6'1 junior guard, averaging 7.1 points a game, 4.2 rebounds to go along with 1.5 assists. Keith Lee, number 11, the 6'1 senior guard, averaging almost 5 points a game, coming off of a career-high 16 points at Stebbins. Number 20, Andre Gordon, the 6'2 senior guard, Virginia Tech commit, averaging 22.6 points per game and a G-Walk leading 5.8 assists per contest. Number 23, Josiah Hudgens, a 6' senior guard, averaging 8 points and 3 rebounds per contest.
A 6'1 senior, number 11, Keith A 6' senior, number 23, Josiah Hudgens. A 6'3 senior, number 2, Rotez Roberts. And a 6'2 senior, number 20, Andre Gordon.
Packed house on hand, as it usually is when Trotwood makes their way up north to face the Yellow Jackets. Of course, two teams that have aspirations of winning their respective divisions in the G-Walk and then hopefully making some long runs in tournament play. But tonight, they face up against each other as Justin Stevens, the 6'6 senior from Trotwood, will jump center against number 2, Rotez Roberts. Ready to go, Sparksy?
Of course. Are you ready to go?
I hope so. The tip will go to the Rams as Hewley has it. He passes on the left side, ball swung around. Blanton has it on the high on the right. Yellow Jackets in a 2-3 defense. Ball's going to be nearly saved into the hands of Josiah Hudgens. He gets it to Darren Taborn. Taborn, ball's going to be knocked out of bounds by Keontae Hewley, and it's going to stay with the Yellow Jackets.
That was a great way to get back for Trotwood.
Trotwood doing a nice job of moving the ball against the zone, but the Yellow Jackets doing a little bit better job of getting their hand on a pass as the inbounds pass goes to Rotez Roberts. Roberts looks for the backdoor cut to Keith Lee. Instead, he'll give it to Andre Gordon high on the right. Gordon drives in the lane. He'll give it to Josiah Hudgens on the left baseline. Ball swung around in between the circles to Andre Gordon. Trotwood runs 2 defenders at him, and that leaves Rotez Roberts wide open under the bucket for 2 points. The Jackets get the first points of the ball game. Ball goes into Justin Stevens, working on Roberts. Drop step to the baseline is good.
Nice move.
Strong move by Stevens. Andre Gordon has the ball across half court. He'll be double teamed most of the evening as he passes it out top to Rotez Roberts. Roberts working on Stevens. Will kick out to Taborn. Taborn drives in the lane, dumps it off to Roberts, who goes strong to the hole. No good. Rebound on the backside to Amari Davis. Davis pushing quickly for Trotwood across half court. Ball end up in the hands of Anderson. Goes inside to Stevens. Stevens will pass it and be fouled on the pass to Carl Blanton. And we're going to get a foul as Coach Willoughby's getting warned early in this ball game on Rotez Roberts. That foul on Roberts is his first. And of course, you think about playing against a Trotwood team, you can't lose Rotez Roberts to early foul trouble.
Rotez Roberts. He's going to be a key player in this game.
Amari Davis fires a three-pointer from the right side that's no good. Rebound down to Darren Taborn. He pushes quickly down the floor. Euro step in the lane. Up and in. Darren Taborn with a bucket. Yellow Jackets lead 4-2, and we're going to get a foul on Sammy Anderson. That foul is his first, and Trotwood's first of the ball game. Darren Taborn will go to the line, the 54.2% free throw shooter, looking for the old-fashioned three-point play. Yellow Jackets don't even try for the offensive rebound as it's missed into the hands of Amari Davis. As the Yellow Jackets are setting up their zone defense against a very quick and athletic Trotwood offense. Hewley has the ball. He passes between the circles to Anderson. Anderson back to Hewley on the right side, guarded by Keith Lee in the 2-3 zone. Ball swung up top to Blanton. He goes inside to Stevens, but it's going to be tipped and stolen by Rotez Roberts. Roberts hands it off to Gordon. He gives it back to Rotez Roberts. Roberts will drive on Stevens, and his pass back out to Keith Lee is intercepted by Amari Davis. Davis all the way down, up and in.
Oh, fantastic move.
That's what he does best. GWAC leader in steals, and he gets all the way to the hoop when he gets a steal. 4-4. 2 minutes into the ball game, Josiah Hudgens brings the ball across half court. Of course, they'll have to do a lot of the ball handling to take a little bit of the pressure off of Andre Gordon, who will be seeing many defenders most of the evening. Doesn't get any help there, and Andre Gordon rises in the lane. He gets his first 2 points of the ball game, and then picks up his first foul on the other end as he bumps into Amari Davis. And that foul on Andre Gordon is his first, Sidney's second. Early substitution by Trotwood, number 4, Carter Mims, the 5'5 sophomore guard, averaging 4 points a game, will replace Carl Blanton. Will replace Keontae Hewley. Sammy Anderson inbounding on the side for Trotwood. Gives it to Davis. Back to Anderson as he drives baseline. Goes into Roberts. No good, but the rebound by Stevens is up and in.
Rebound.
Stevens with 4 points, tied at 6. Keith Lee with the ball in the backcourt. He passes to Andre Gordon. Gordon looking at 2 defenders. Beats those 2 defenders. Now makes a cross-court pass to Keith Lee. Wide open 3 ball by Darren Tabor. Got it. Yellow Jackets get some early offense from Darren Tabor, and he has 5. Ball goes inside to Stevens, working on Roberts, who has an early foul. Tries to draw a charge. Layup's no good. Rebound down to Keith Lee. He hands it off to Andre Gordon. Gordon quickly up the floor. Ball's going to be stripped by Carter Mims. Here comes Trotwood. Anderson over to Davis. Lays it up, in, and is fouled. As we go up and down here in the early going, 9-8 is the score as Amari Davis will go to the line to try to tie it up. Davis, a 64.6% free throw shooter. The foul is on Josiah Hudgens, his first. Sidney's third here in the early going. Davis looking for his 5th point here in the early going and gets it. And Trotwood looking to set up their man-to-man run and jump defense. Keith Lee with the ball in the backcourt, working on Anderson. He picks up the ball. Will get it across half court to Josiah Hudgens, who gives it to Rotez Roberts. Back to Hudgens, lays it up and in.
Great ball movement.
Jackets play hot potato. The ball ends up in the hands of Hudgens, who lays it up and in. His first 2 points. Mims has it. He'll pass on the left side to Amari Davis. Davis gives it to a cutting Blanton, who gives it to Anderson. Blocked by Rotez Roberts and rebounded by Rotez Roberts. Of course, as he approaches 500 rebounds and is the all-time blocks leader at Sidney. Rotez Roberts. Nice pass underneath. Darren Tabor. The foul is on Justin Stevens, his first, Trotwood's third. And the Yellow Jackets have done a nice job here in the early going, Sparksy, of matching Trotwood's intensity.
Fantastic. Great ball movement inside, leading to great passes, and another and one.
Taborn with 7 points, looking for 8. He's 0 for 1 from the line. Now make that 1 for 2. He has 8, and the Jackets lead by 5. Anderson tries to pass on the left side to Carter Mims, and it's knocked out of bounds by Andre Gordon. Pretty juiced atmosphere, isn't it, Sparksy?
Oh, it's insane.
Carl Blanton has to take off a wristband that he had on, and he'll pass it into Carter Mims. He has the ball between the circles, working against the Jacket zone defense. Gives it on the left side to Blanton, back to Mims. He swings it on the right side to Anderson. Mims moving the ball from side to side, gets it to Amari Davis. Jump shot from 18 feet, good.
That was a nice jump shot.
We all know Davis can get to the hole, but that part of his game right there is also really impressive. That short corner, high post area. Davis was 7 here in the early going. Darren Taborn goes underneath to Rotez Roberts. Shot fake is going to be blocked by Stevens, averaging over 3 blocks a game himself, into the hands of Anderson. He gives it down to Amari Davis. Step back jumper from 15 feet, no good. Rebound on the backside to Rotez Roberts. Roberts covers it up. Now we'll give it to Andre Gordon as the Jackets have the ball, leading by 3, 14-11. Gordon working on Carl Blanton. Pass is going to be intercepted by Amari Davis. Davis weaving through the Jacket defense.
That was
Down the floor and in. He has 9 points. Jackets quickly get it to Taborn. Lays it up and in. Darren Taborn in double figures with 10 points. A game high 10 points. 3.5 to go in the first quarter. Carter Mims with the ball between the circles. He works on the right side to Sammy Anderson. Ball swung now to Blanton. Back to Anderson to Mims. Mims has it, guarded by Josiah Hudgens. Ball goes inside to Stevens, now around to Amari Davis, who pops a 15-footer from the baseline that's no good. Rebound battled for, ends up in the hands of Rotez Roberts. Boy, Trotwood moves the ball well against that zone defense.
They do, very well.
Josiah Hudgens, 3-ball from the right corner, in and out, no good. Rebound down to Justin Stevens from Trotwood. Here comes Amari Davis, quickly up the floor for Trotwood. He's stripped by Darren Taborn into the hands of Rotez Roberts. Jackets have numbers, but Rotez Roberts with a little stutter step, kick out. Darren Taborn, 3-ball, left wing. Darren Taborn comes out on fire. He's got 13 points, as does Trotwood, and Sidney leads by 6. Mims with the ball as it swung around to the left baseline. To Blanton, back to Mims. He works on Josiah Hudgens against this 2-3 defense as the Jackets look to match up out of it. Ball swung to Sammy Anderson, now drops it underneath to Davis, stripped by Keith Lee, but gets his own rebound, lays it up and in. Good stay with itness there by Amari Davis. He has 11, so 2 players already in double figures, 1 for each team. The Jacket lead is 4. Roberts gives the ball to Josiah Hudgens, guarded high on the right by Carter Mims. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Taborn, another 3-ball, left wing, in and out, no good. Rebound into the hands of Rotez Roberts, up and in. Rotez Roberts with 4 points and at least 6 or 7 rebounds. Ball's botted out of bounds by Andre Gordon again, as he says hello to Seth Klingler over there. And Trey Wernz checks in for the Jackets, replacing Josiah Hudgens. The Jackets' first substitution of the ball game. Number 5, Keontae Hewley will check back in as he replaces Carter Mims. 21-15 here in the early going. Jackets lead by 6. They've got 13 points from Darren Taborn, 4 from Rotez Roberts, a bucket each from Andre Gordon and Josiah Hudgens. Hewley has the ball between the circles, and he'll swing it around now to Blanton. Back to Hewley as he drives, stops spots from 15 feet. No good. Rebound battled for into the hands of Andre Gordon. Yellow Jackets have it, guarded by Trotwood, full court in the backcourt. Gordon has it as they clear out. Usually Justin Stevens doesn't run and jump for Trotwood, so when he's in the backcourt, the Yellow Jackets can usually clear out. There's a running one-handed hook shot by Andre Gordon that's no good. Go out of bounds. Rotez Roberts battles for the rebound, but he tips it out of bounds, and the ball go over to Trotwood. Substitution for Trotwood, number 10, Terrence Gates. We'll see his first action as he replaces Justin Stevens. Also, Dom Durr will check in for the Jackets, replacing Keith Lee. Ethan Jones also seeing his first action as Rotez Roberts will take a quick breather. Smart by Coach Willoughby to get him on the bench. While he has that 1 foul on defense, we'll see if the Jackets can pick up the rebounding effort with Roberts on the bench. Sammy Anderson, the 6'2 junior guard, has the ball as he sets it up for Trotwood. There's a 3-ball from the right corner by Carl Blanton. No good. Rebound battled for by Durr, but ends up in the hands of Anderson. Back to Blanton. He drives to the hole, lays it up and in. Blanton has 2 points. He's the second leading scorer for Trotwood, averaging 18.4 points per contest. And he gets his first bucket here late in the first quarter. Andre Gordon passes inside to Darren Taborn, lays it off the glass and in. Darren Taborn, 15 points here in the first quarter. Nice pass by Andre Gordon. Sammy Anderson has it on the right side, guarded by Trey Wernz in the zone. Ball swung around to Hewley, back to Blanton, gets it to Hewley. He drives down the lane. Ball's going to be thrown up off the glass, no good. And we're going to get a jump ball on the rebound between Wernz and Hewley, and the ball will stay with the Jackets, excuse me. .30 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Yellow Jackets lead by 6, trying to close out this quarter. Dom Durr has the ball. He'll break the pressure. Drive down the right side. Nice cross-court pass. Trey Wernz fires a 3-ball. Left side. There we go. Trey Wernz with the 3-ball. Nice pass by Dom Durr. Here comes Amari Davis quickly down the other side. Misses a layup. We're going to get a foul on the rebound by Trey Wernz. It'll be his first. Trotwood's 4th. Yellow Jackets lead by 9, trying to close out this first quarter. Sammy Anderson will inbound for Trotwood. We're going to get a substitution. Coach Willoughby will bring in Rotez Roberts as he's going to replace Andre Gordon. Gordon also with a foul. We'll sit the last 16 seconds here probably, unless the Jackets can somehow get the ball back on the dead ball. Lob pass is swatted away by Roberts. It's going to end up in the hands of Lathan Jones. Now into Roberts, and he'll call timeout. 12 seconds to go in the first quarter. Now we'll probably see Andre Gordon come back in. I'm guessing a 30-second timeout. It is a 30-second timeout by Coach Willoughby. Well, Sparksy, it's been so fast you haven't had much time to talk. What do you think so far?
I haven't had much to talk, yes, but I've been very impressed how the Jackets started off, and obviously, just like JV game, good passes inside, and obviously a fantastic start from Darren Taborn.
Sure, and the question coming in was, would the Jackets be able to elevate their intensity level to Trotwood? They have not done that the last couple of games. Nope. They've gotten away with a couple of wins, but they have not done that. Boy, they've certainly done it tonight so far.
Yes, they have tonight. Plus, the home crowd has given them so much energy, and it's just, I'm loving it.
Absolutely. Can't relax for a second, though. Obviously, we know how potent Trotwood is.
Very,
averaging
very
100.9 points per contest, a very deep squad. It plays extremely hard for 48. That'd be a really long game for 32 minutes. 12 seconds left. The Jackets had to use their first time out there. We'll see if they can break the pressure here from Trotwood and hopefully get a good look on the other end here to end this first quarter. While they clean up some water down there on the Trotwood bench, how about Darren Taborn here in the early going?
Oh, fantastic. Way to show off.
Done a little bit of everything. Made some layups, made some free throws, made some threes. Done a really nice job. Inbounds pass goes to Dom Durr. Durr in the backcourt. Working on Hewley. He'll cross half court. Getting a run and jump in the backside. Ball stolen. Back by Durr. Back to the back. Goes to the basket. He's going to be fouled and get 2 free throws. Dom Durr sticking with it after a little bit of a turnover there. Gets a steal of his own. The foul's going to be on Keontae Hewley. His first. Durr was fouled in the act of shooting, where he will go to the line. He is 0 for 3 on the year from the free throw line, a 0% free throw shooter. But he's a good shooter. Now 1 of 4 on the year. Lathan Jones and Conrad will check in for Rottez Roberts and Darren Taborn here to end the first quarter. Dom Durr eyeing a second free throw. He gets it. Amari Davis inbounding. He'll go to half court to Sammy Anderson. Fires up a long half court shot that's no good. And that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. The Yellow Jackets impressive in the first quarter as they outscore Trotwood 28-17 for an 11-point lead. We'll be back in just a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would direct your attention to the scores table, 2016 Sidney High School graduate Josiah Hudgens, now a junior at Urbana University, recently scored her 1,000th career collegiate point, becoming the youngest player in Urbana school history to reach the milestone. That same night, she also broke the school scoring record with 38 points and 20 rebounds. Congratulations, Josiah. We are all very proud.
As I'm sure you saw there at home, Sylvia Hudson at Urbana, only a junior, I believe, scoring her 1,000th point, the youngest player ever in Urbana history to score 1,000 points. Congratulations to her. Yellow Jackets to start the second quarter with Durr, Conrad, Gordon, Roberts, and Wernz. Yellow Jackets in their 2-3 defense. Sammy Anderson has the ball on the right side. He drives around Wernz to the other side, lays it up with the left hand, up and in. That's his first 2 points. The fourth Trotwood player to score. Andre Gordon beats a trap with a stutter step dribble. Now drives in the lane. Right-handed floater is no good. Rebound on the backside to Justin Stevens. He gives it to Carl Blanton. Blanton quickly up the floor for Trotwood, guarded by Durr. Will give it to Amari Davis. Foul line jumper is in and out, no good. Backside rebound to Anderson is no good on the putback, and Rottez Roberts cleans the glass for the Jackets. Here come the Jackets on the other end. Conrad thinks about a three, instead drives down the paint. Nice move in the lane. And one. That's what has to happen to beat a great team like Trotwood. You have to get contributions from everybody, and Jace Conrad with a nice move up and in, and he'll get a free throw. As you see on your screen, Conrad, a 67% free throw shooter. Keith Lee is going to check in for Trey Wernz. as he sits down with 3 points. And Conrad looks for his third point on the old-fashioned three-point play. Free throw is no good off the back of the iron. Rebound down to Blanton. Blanton quickly up the floor. He drives down the middle of the lane, kicks that out to Davis. He swings it to Carter Mims. Mims, number 4, the 5'5 sophomore, passes on the left side to Blanton, back to Mims, swings it to Anderson. Anderson drives around Lee, lays it off the glass, no good. Rebound into the hands of Amari Davis, who lays it up and in. Davis with 13 points now. Here come the Jackets quickly up the floor. Jace Conrad to the hole. Oh! Nearly got another one to go, but instead will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Foul's going to be on Carter Mims, his first, Trotwood's 5th. Jace Conrad goes back to the line where he just missed one. Is now 4 of 7 on the year. Make that 4 of 8. As the Jackets lead by 9, and he tries to make it into a double-figure contest. Conrad eyes the second free throw. Up and in. And he gets his third point. Josiah Hudgens will check back in for Jace Conrad, who gets a high five from Coach Willoughby. Good minutes there by Jace Conrad at the end of the first quarter, beginning of the second quarter. Sammy Anderson has the ball, passes on the right side to Blanton. Blanton back to Anderson. He will drive and kick to Mims, a 3-ball from the corner that's no good. Rebound down to Dom Durr. Durr's going to have the ball tipped from behind, and he tries to hustle and get the ball back, but we're going to get a tie ball situation that's going to give the ball, keep it with Sidney, as they'll inbound on the side, leading by 10. What we haven't talked about so far, Sparksy, is Andre hasn't had to score much for the Jackets to get this lead.
Has been playing fantastic.
Andre, of course, has played a great floor game so far for the Jackets with a couple rebounds and several assists. Gordon beats a double team. Gets it to Durr, who fires the 3-ball. It's going to be blocked by Davis out of bounds. We're going to get a substitution. Darren Taborn's going to check back in for Dominic Durr. Of course, Taborn checking in with 15 first quarter points. Keith Lee looking to inbound, gives the ball to Andre Gordon. Has it between the circles, swings it on the left side to Keith Lee. Lee goes inside to Rautez Roberts. Foul line jumper from Josiah Hudgens, no good off the back of the iron. Hudgens almost gets his own rebound, but it ends up in the hands of Anderson. He's quickly up the floor to Davis, who nice to the hole, lays it up and in. Davis with 15.
Nice play.
And 2 minutes into the second quarter, the Yellow Jackets lead by 8. Darren Taborn has the ball on the sideline. It's stripped out of bounds by Mims, and will stay with the Jackets. We want to avoid those areas right there. Keep it off the sideline. Taborn will inbound to Andre Gordon. Gordon working on Blanton, will pass cross court to Josiah Hudgens, who swings it to Rautez Roberts in the short corner. Back out to Hudgens, who has it. Pass on the right side, high on the right to Andre Gordon. Gordon underneath. His pass is intercepted by Davis. Davis gives it to Blanton. Back to Stevens. Dunk. 31-25. We're going to get a timeout for the Jackets. Full timeout. 5:52 to go in the first half. Stevens' dunk makes it a 6-point ball game. We'll be back in just a moment. Back here at Sidney, as Coach Willoughby was smelling a little bit of trouble there, Sparksy. The Yellow Jackets have turned it over, trying to do a little too much the last couple possessions.
Yeah, they have, but I hope this timeout gets them ready back and going. Keep this aggressiveness going.
Mari Davis with 15 points to lead Trotwood, along with what I can only guess is 4 or 5 steals already in this ball game. Darren Taborn with 15 to lead the Jackets. And, of course, Rautez Roberts chipping in 4 points, but definitely getting close to probably 7 or 8 rebounds here in the early going as well. Andre Gordon, cross-court pass to Taborn. Taborn will pull up from 3 on the left wing. That's no good off the back of the iron. Rebound to Justin Stevens from Trotwood. He hands it off to Anderson, quickly pushes it up to Davis. 15-foot baseline jump shot is good. That's his shot. He's got 17 points, and the lead is down to 4. Trotwood on a little bit of a run here. See if the Yellow Jackets can stop the bleeding. Andre Gordon beats a double team with a spin move to the right side, but he's going to turn it over. Although the ball is nearly recovered by Darren Taborn, it'll go over to Trotwood. 5:16 to go in the first half. Yellow Jackets clinging to a 4-point lead, a lead that was up as many as 11. Carter Mims has the ball for Trotwood across half court, facing the 2-3 zone defense. Give it to Mari Davis at the top of the key. One dribble pull up, by Davis is no good. Rebound once again to Rotez Roberts from Sidney. He hands it off to Darren Taborn. Taborn working on Stevens is going to be bumped in the backcourt, and that could be a big foul. We do get a foul on Stevens. Hopefully Darren's okay over there. But that foul on Stevens is his second. Potentially could be a big foul, as he's been a force underneath so far for Trotwood on both ends of the floor.
Yes, he has.
Darren Taborn trying to walk off, hopefully what is a minor injury. Andre Gordon has the ball in the backcourt, guarded by Sammy Anderson. Yellow Jackets clear out. Ball goes to Keith Lee. He swings it in the right corner to Darren Taborn. Taborn with a running one-hander.
He's good. Darren's good.
17 points. Ball's nearly stolen by Andre Gordon. It's going to stay with Trotwood. That bucket by Taborn extends the lead to 6. Trotwood will inbound on the side. Amari Davis has it. Guarded in the zone by Andre Gordon. Ball swung on the left side to Sammy Anderson. Back to Mims. Mims drives down the lane all the way to the hoop. Blocked by Roberts into the hands of Stevens.
Double swat.
His layup is no good, and Keith Lee cleans the glass for the Jackets. Rotez Roberts gets it across half court to Hudgens. He gives it to Darren Taborn underneath the Roberts. Roberts collects himself, lays it up and in. Nice pass by Taborn. Nice layup by Roberts. Jackets lead by 8. Nice answer here to a nice Trotwood run. Mims probing as he passes between the circles to Anderson. Anderson guarded high on the right by Taborn. Ball goes back to Mims. He'll fire 3 ball from the right side. No good. The side of the iron. Rebound ends up in the hands of Amari Davis. 6'4 senior guard. Already with 17 points here tonight. Ball swung on the right side to Blanton. Blanton drives to the hole, lays it up and in.
Nice move.
Blanton went out with 4. Jackets inbound to Andre Gordon in the backcourt. He gets it to Keith Lee. Lee will dribble across half court. Guarded by Carter Mims. Lee swings it on the right side to Josiah Hudgens. Hudgens will reset the offense. We'll make a cross-court pass to Darren Taborn. Taborn tries to pass up top. Mari Davis steals it, lays it up and in.
He's really good at that.
Wow, he's done it at least 3 times and has been close on 3 or 4 more. The lead is 4. 3.5 to go in the first half. Keith Lee with numbers. It goes right at Stevens, but it's blocked. And the ball's going to be touched by Lee while he was out of bounds and go over to Trotwood. Substitution number 5, Keontae Hewley will check in for Stevens, who sits down with 2 fouls. 3:13 to go in the first half, 35-31. A game of runs so far. Mims has it for Trotwood. He's guarded by Hudgens. Now switched off to Taborn in the zone. Mims gets it back in between the circles. Ball swung around the left side to Hewley. Hewley guarded by Rotez Roberts. Will give it to Blanton, who shuffles his feet before making his move down the lane. The ball go back over to Sidney. 35-31. Sidney leads by 4. I'm Greg Snyder from SHS TV Productions, along with Caleb Sparks and Jacob Everingham on the camera. Thanks for joining us this evening. Darren Taborn will cross half court and pull up between the circles and reset the offense for the Jackets. Taborn drives down the lane. Nice dish off to Rotez. Rotez Roberts with a slam from Taborn. That's been a nice connection between the 2 of them. There's a running shot by Carter Mims that silences the Jacket crowd for a moment. Here comes Rotez Roberts right back at the hole from Andre Gordon this time. And Roberts has 10 points. He joins Taborn in double figures for the Jackets. Mari Davis has it, guarded by Keith Lee. There's a 3 ball from Blanton, top of the key, no good. Rebound, great job by Rotez Roberts to tip it to Darren Taborn, and here come the Jackets. Gordon passes in the right corner to Hudgens. Hudgens is trapped, beats the trap. Now we'll pass underneath to Keith Lee. Lays it up and in. Timeout, Trotwood. The Jackets on a run to push the lead back to 8. They lead 41-33. 30-second timeout. We'll be back in just a moment. Well, Sparksy, if I told you at this point in the contest Davis would have 19 and Andre Gordon would only have 2, what would you have thought?
I wouldn't believe you one bit.
That we were up by 8? But
I still wouldn't believe you.
Don't want it to get lost in the shuffle. I know Andre only has 2 points. He's being double, triple teamed most of the time, doing a nice job of getting the ball to his teammates. But, boy, how about Taborn and Roberts in particular stepping up here in the early going?
Oh, yes, very great. And they've got a good connection going on, passing in between each other, getting a nice shot. It's been pretty good.
Trotwood has answered all of the runs by Sidney so far. We'll see if they can do that again as Mims brings it across half court, guarded by Josiah Hudgens in the 2-3 zone defense that Sidney has employed much of the game, with a little bit of a denial on Amari Davis. There's a shot in the lane that's no good by Hewley, and Roberts gets the rebound. Andre Gordon quickly, nice pass to Darren Taborn. Good idea by Darren, but he must have drug his pivot foot, and that'll be a travel. Ball goes over to Trotwood. Mims has it on the left side. He'll pass on the left corner to Sammy Anderson. Anderson driving on Hudgens will kick it to the right side to Hewley. Hewley guarded by Lee, gives it between the circles to Anderson. Anderson back to Hewley. Now gives it to Amari Davis. Amari Davis has it at the top of the key, working on Hudgens. He drives down the left side, left-handed runner up and in. Boy, he's good. 21 points for Davis. 6-point lead for the Jackets. Josiah Hudgens has it. Gives it between the circles to Roberts. Hands it off to Andre Gordon. Gordon will get a double team once again. He swings it over to Roberts. Back to Gordon between the circles. Gordon gives it to Keith Lee at the elbow. Lee driving inside. They're going to call it travel.
What?
Thought it would be a jump ball or a foul or something, but official thought that he had control of it, so the Jackets turn it over, and Trotwood looks to cut into a 6-point lead. Coach Willoughby gets warned. I didn't know you could do that in high school.
I don't know.
Maybe it was a coaching box warning. So Trotwood, 105, has the ball. Carter Mims really played a nice floor game for the Trotwood Rams so far. Does so there as he drops it off to Blanton. Blanton lays it up and in. He has 6, and the lead's down to 4 for the Jackets. Under a minute to go. There's going to be a foul, I believe, on Amari Davis, and I think that's his second. Trotwood 7th. It is Davis' second, and Keith Lee's going to go to the line for a 1-and-1. You see on your screen, Keith Lee, a 58% free throw shooter on the year, coming off a 16-point performance at Stebbins. Lee with 2 points already, looking for his third. His free throw is up and no good off the front of the iron. Rebound to Amari Davis. Davis brings it across half court. Hook pass is swung around to Carter Mims. He stops, pops from 10 feet in.
That was a nice move.
Nice move by Mims. He has 4. Andre Gordon with the ball in the backcourt. He's driving on Anderson. Embodied, will turn it over to Trotwood. Ball saved by Davis as he tight ropes the left sideline, fires a 3 ball, and Trotwood gets their first lead in a long time, if not their first lead of the ball game. 42-41. Trotwood leads by 1. 20 seconds to go in the first half. Josiah Hudgens gets across half court. Hudgens is going to call a timeout, and that'll be the Jackets' 3rd timeout of the first half. Their 2nd timeout that they've taken inside of 20 seconds at the end of quarters. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll be back to finish the first half in just a moment. Well, Sparks, let's see if we can get a bucket here and go into halftime ahead. It's been a half that the Yellow Jackets have played really well and have led most of the half, but a recent run by Trotwood take a 1-point lead.
Yeah, very true. But Oh yeah, let's hope let's get a nice shot here.
Trotwood elects to leave Davis on the floor with 2 fouls here at the end of the first half. Ball goes into Andre Gordon. And he'll knife to the hole because Davis couldn't foul him, and he gets 2 points. He lays it up and in. 5 seconds to go. Mims with a baseline jump shot. No good. Gets his own rebound. Puts it up. No good. Rebound by Davis. Up and in at the buzzer. He has 26, and that'll bring us to halftime. Yellow Jackets, after leading much of the first half, are going to go into halftime down 44-43. Boy, that was an exciting first half, though, wasn't it?
Oh, it's very exciting.
Yellow Jackets led after one quarter, 28-17, got outscored in the second quarter, 27-15, to bring us to our halftime score, 44-43. Leading all scorers, Amari Davis. He has 26 points to lead Trotwood and all scorers. He hit a 3-ball, a bunch of 2s, has several steals, and made 1 free throw as well. Sammy Anderson has 2 points for Trotwood. Carter Mims has 4 off the bench. Carl Blanton has 6, and Justin Stevens has 6. Foul trouble for Trotwood, 2 each from Amari Davis and Justin Stevens. For the Yellow Jackets, they are led in scoring after a big first quarter by Darren Taborn. He goes into halftime with 17 points. 15 of those came in the first quarter, along with a bucket in the second quarter for 17 points. Rotez Roberts also in double figures. He has 10 points and several rebounds. Dominic Durr has 2 points. Yellow Jackets got 3 points off the bench from Jace Conrad, 2 points from Keith Lee, 4 from Andre Gordon, 2 from Josiah Hudgens, and 3 from Trey Wertz. It's halftime. The Yellow Jackets lost the freshman game 62-51 and then won the JV contest 87-62. That actually saw Trotwood play much of the second half with only 4 players and finish the game with only 3 players because of foul outs and because of freshman quarters not being available from players that played in the freshman game. But the Yellow Jackets went on to win 87-62 in that contest, led by 2 freshmen. Jaden Swiger had 20 points and Kwamir Brown had 17. Yellow Jackets trail by 1 here at halftime. We're going to take about a 6-7 minute break. We'll be back to preview the second half and bring you the second half. You're watching SHS TV Productions. Thanks for joining us.
7-0. One more time.
Welcome back to Sidney High School as we get ready for the third quarter. Just about a minute, 15 seconds left in warm-ups here before the second half begins. In the first half, the Yellow Jackets jumped out to a big lead, large part to Darren Taborn, as they led by 11 after the first quarter, 28-17. But turnovers and some good Trotwood offense gave Trotwood a 12-point advantage in the second quarter, 27-15, and they lead by 1 at halftime. Leading scorers in the ballgame, Amari Davis, the 6'4" senior guard from Trotwood, has 26 points. And for the Yellow Jackets, Darren Taborn has 17 points, and Rottaz Roberts has 10 points. All right, Sparksy, what's going to be the key in the second half for the Jackets?
Well, it is a game of run, so all the Jackets got to do is just make a good run and get some good defensive stops. But besides that, they've both been playing amazing.
Absolutely. Been an exciting game, great crowd, two teams that are playing at a very high level so far. It's been neat so far for the Jackets, all the contributions they've gotten, other than Andre. Obviously Darren and Rottez, but also Jace Conrad off the bench, Dom Durr with good minutes, Keith Lee, Josiah Hudgens, and Trey Werntz hit a big three as well. Hopefully the Jackets can keep that going as well. The Yellow Jackets will send out their starters, as will Trotwood. So for Trotwood, Davis, Anderson, Hewley, Blanton, and Stevens. And for the Jackets, Roberts, Taborn, Lee, Gordon, and Hudgens. Trotwood gets the ball to start the second half. Jackets will stay in there. 2-3 zone defense, although it looks a little bit like some more denial, maybe even a box and one type of look. Although they're not following Davis, but they're definitely paying a little more attention to him, trying not to let him get the ball in the short corner. There's a kick out on the left side three ball by Hewley, good. That's the kind of thing the Jackets were hoping not to see. Some of the Trotwood support players hitting shots from the outside. That pushes the lead to 4. Andre Gordon is going to get called for a charging call. Gordon's picks up his second foul, the first foul of the second half. Carl Blanton's going to inbound for Trotwood as they lead by 4 on the side. Blanton inbound to Davis, 18-footer, step back, good. Davis now with 28, and the lead is 6 as Trotwood jumps on Sidney right out of the gates here in the second half. 5-0 run to start the second half after ending the first half on a big run as well. 10-second call for the Jackets as Keith Lee was stranded in the backcourt. And Trotwood looking to snowball things here on the Jackets a little bit. And of course the Jackets, this is where taking those 3 first half timeouts hurts you a little bit. Although they probably saved possessions in that first half. We'll see if the Yellow Jackets can right the storm here a little bit. Davis drives with the left hand, no good. Rebound to Lee. He pushes it up to Hudgens. Drives down, and he's going to be fouled. And his shot doesn't go. The foul's going to be on Sammy Anderson, his second, Trotwood's first. That'll send Josiah Hudgens to the free throw line. Josiah not having a great year from the free throw line so far. We'll see if he can knock a couple down. 8 for 21 on the year, 38%. Hudgens did have a bucket there in the first half for 2 points. His free throw's good. Cuts the lead to 5. Hudgens trying to make a pair, and he does so. He has 4 points, and Trotwood leads by 4, 49-45 early on in the second half. Sammy Anderson has the ball at the top of the key. Goes underneath, the ball swung outside. Now around to Blanton, who gives it into Hewley. 12-foot jump shot in the lane, good. Hewley with 5 points here in the second half to start. Andre Gordon, double teamed, will pass it to Keith Lee. Gives it to Darren Taborn, back to Keith Lee. Lee will fire a 3-ball from the left wing. No good off the back of the iron. Rebound tracked down by Roberts. Gives it off to Josiah Hudgens. And a soft pass is going to be intercepted by Anderson. Anderson goes right at Gordon. He'll dump it off to Blanton, who dunks it. Blanton with 8. Turnovers once again hurt the Jackets. Darren Taborn turns it over again. This one's stolen by Stevens, and there's going to be a foul by Gordon. Foul on Gordon's going to be his third, Sidney's second. The lead is 8, and Trotwood has a lot of the momentum, don't they, Sparks?
Yes, they do. They were fantastic start.
Can't turn it over. They feast on that, and they are really good at it. The Rams off to a really nice start here in the second half. There's a 3 ball from the left corner by Blanton. No good. Rebound ends up in the hands of Sammy Anderson. Anderson will work on Hudgens. Gets a ball screen from Stevens. Now a kick on the right side. Hewley with a 3 ball. Got it. His second 3 ball in the third quarter. He's got 8 points all in the third quarter. Gordon hits Keith Lee, who hits Darren Taborn. Blocked by Stevens into the hands of Keith Lee. Back to Taborn. 15-footer from the left side. No good off the front of the iron. Rebound down to Keontae Hewley. Hewley trying to split a trap, turns it over. Keith Lee gives it to Taborn, goes right at Stevens, misses the layup, but is going to go to the line, and that's going to be Stevens' third foul.
Fouls on the range, number 15, Stevens. His third, to second. Taborn will go to the line.
Darren Taborn with a team-high 17 points, looking for 18 and 19. First free throw is good. That makes him 2 of 3 on the ball game. Carter Mims will check in for Justin Stevens as Trotwood's going to go a little bit smaller here. Taking out the 6'6 Stevens. Taborn's second free throw is also good. He's got 19 now. And momentarily stops the Trotwood run as the Jackets look to get a stop. Mims has it deep in the corner. He'll give the ball between the circles to Hewley. Hewley has been huge for Trotwood here in the second half. Ball swung between the circles to Stevens. Now goes on the left side to Mims. Mims drives down the lane, tries to kick out. Ball is intended for Blanton. Blanton thinks it was tipped by Taborn, but it wasn't, according to the official, and it'll go over to Sidney. Andre Gordon commands a double team and gives it over to Lee, who swings it to Hudgens. Taborn has it deep on the right side. Back to Hudgens. Andre Gordon high on the left. Calling for a ball screen. It's going to be double teamed. Swings it to Keith Lee. Lee is going to drive down the lane, get all the way to the hoop. Left-handed layup, no good. Tipped by Josiah Hudgens, doesn't go, and the rebound comes down to Mims. Mims quickly to Davis. He drives down the left side. We're going to get a charge. Big call there. That's Davis's third, so Davis has 3, Stevens has 3 for Trotwood, and Andre Gordon has 3 for Sidney. Lee inbounds it to Darren Taborn. Taborn will give it back to Keith Lee. Gives it back to Taborn. So the Jackets look to attack this run and jump from Trotwood. Nice patience shown by the Jackets. Ball goes into Rotez Roberts. Turnaround, 5-footer is good. Big time move by Rotez Roberts. He has 12, and Gordon causes a turnover on the inbound. The Jackets cut the lead to 7 and have the ball.
That's a nice play.
Keith Lee will inbound to Andre Gordon. Back to Keith Lee. Lee goes to the baseline to Rotez Roberts. Strong move to the hoop. Layup no good, but gets his own rebound. Turnaround jump shot, no good, in and out, and the rebound comes down to Carter Mims. Here comes Trotwood. Mims driving down the middle of the lane, splits 2 defenders. It goes off of his leg. Oh, I'm sorry. It's going to stay with Trotwood as Sidney hits the ball out of bounds. We're going to get a little bit of help here. I don't want to be a homer, so I won't give my opinion, but I think they got it right.
Yes. There we go.
Trotwood gets to set up their full court defense. Andre Gordon's going to beat that full court defense by himself. Cross court pass. Hudgens fires a 3 ball. No good off the back of the iron. Rebound Rotez Roberts. I don't have official stats, but I'm guessing he's got his 500th rebound by now. There's a nice pass by Roberts. Keith Lee lays it up and in. Keith Lee with 4 points now. Trotwood has the ball. It's going to be stolen by Rotez Roberts into the hands of Darren Taborn, streaking down the floor. And we're going to get a tip from behind and look like a similar play. Thought maybe that one went off of Taborn, but no conference this time, as it looks like the ball's going to stay with the Jackets. 3:52 to go in the third quarter. The Jackets have weathered the storm a little bit against Trotwood, although you're never 100% comfortable, as they've cut the lead down to 5. Gordon inbounds it to Taborn. Spin move is no good on the layup, and Trotwood has numbers. Anderson gives it to Davis. Spin move. Blocked from behind by Keith Lee. Andre Gordon's going to be fouled at half court, and we're going to get a common foul, as that foul is going to be on number 4, Carter Mims, his second. Great hustle there by the Jackets. Good job by Josiah, first of all, of tipping the initial pass, and then Keith Lee not giving up on the play. Big block.
Big play by everybody. I love it.
Trey Wentz and Lathan Jones check in for the Jackets as Taborn and Roberts sit down. Andre Gordon with a shot fake, gets in the lane, all the way across the lane, lays it up and in.
Nice move.
Andre Gordon floats across the lane, lays it up and in. He has 6 points, and the Jackets cut the lead to 3. Mims has the ball. Give it between the circles to Anderson. Gives it on the left side to Blanton. There's Davis from 18 feet, in and out. Rebound to Andre Gordon. Gordon quickly up the floor to Trey Wentz. Wentz thinks about a 3 ball. Instead is going to pull the ball out and pick up his dribble. Give it in to Keith Lee. Nice pass by Wentz. Nice catch by Lee. Foul by Trotwood. Jackets got a little bit something good going here. Fouls on Hewley, his second. Dom Durr's going to check in for Andre Gordon. So right now, the Yellow Jackets are without Gordon, Roberts, and Taborn as they all take a break. Trotwood will do that to you. They get you a little tired.
Yeah, they do.
And once again, we talked about it earlier in the half, but Jackets don't have timeouts that they can really play with at this point, as they only have 2, as they had to use 3 in the first half. Dom Durr has the ball, working on Mims. He drives down the lane. Good idea on the dump off, but just off the hands of Lathan Jones. And that's a turnover that'll give it over to Trotwood. Trotwood quickly bringing the ball up the floor. Blanton has it deep in the right corner. Dribble out top and pass it on the left side to Sammy Anderson. Anderson working on Josiah Hudgens, as it looks like the Jackets we're doing a little bit of a zone defense, maybe a little bit of a junk defense, a diamond in one or something. There's a 3 ball by Anderson that's no good. Rebound to Amari Davis. Fadeaway 15-footer, good. He's got 30.
He's fantastic.
4 here in the second half. He is a great player. And to the Jackets' credit, they made it a little bit tougher on him here in the second half so far. Hopefully they can continue to do that, but he's shown that there's no stopping him. Just hope to contain him a little bit. Dom Durr turns it over, and that's not a way to contain him, as Davis gets a steal and a dunk, and the lead's back up to 7. Keith Lee nearly travels in the backcourt. We'll get it on the left side. Trey Wentz fires a 3 ball.
There we go.
Big 3 ball by Trey Wentz. He has a pair of them for 6 points. It's a 4-point ball game. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Yellow Jackets with a big answer. Things will look like they were going south there for a little bit. Carter Mims will pull it out between the circles. Mims has it. High above the top of the key. As he's matched up with by Dom Durr. The Yellow Jackets have Conrad, Gordon, and Roberts waiting at the table as Trotwood is holding the ball. A little bit to my surprise. I would think they want more possessions with Gordon and Roberts not in the ball game. Davis has the ball, high on the left, guarded by Josiah Hudgens as we approach a minute to go in the third quarter. The quarter that saw Trotwood extend their lead to double figures, but the Jackets have climbed back in it and only trail by 4. Carter Mims has the ball, guarded by Dom Durr, near half court. Coach Willoughby looks pretty content. Actually, now he's telling his guys to extend a little bit. Ball swung around to Davis. Mims has it. He gives it on the right side to Carl Blanton. Mims thinks about driving, but instead is going to pull it out near half court again. Ball goes into the corner to Sammy Anderson. Now back around to Amari Davis. Now at this point, you would think that Trotwood will probably hold for 1 shot. Carter Mims has it. Guarded by Dom Durr. 25 seconds to go in the third quarter. Mims working on Durr. And we're going to get a blocking foul on Durr. That'll be his first, Sidney's third. 14.7 seconds to go in the third quarter. Substitutions, Conrad, Gordon, and Roberts will check in for Durr, Jones, and Lee. Trotwood will counter with a substitution as Justin Stevens is going to check in. He has 3 fouls, replacing Terrence Gates. Now we'll see a little bit of action here as we have near 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Carter Mims will pass on the right side to Amari Davis. Pull up 2-pointer. His foot on the line, no good. Rebound to Josiah Hudgens, and that might be the 4th on Stevens.
I think it is.
It is. So putting Stevens into the ballgame burns Trotwood a little bit. That's his fourth. And, they were saying 1-1, but it is not a 1-1. A little surprised they're not taking Stevens out of the ballgame yet. Now they will. Terrence Gates is going to come off the bench and check in for him. That is the sixth foul, though, so the Jackets, should they continue to be aggressive and attack in the fourth quarter, will get to shoot some free throws. Wernz will inbound, 5.8 to go. Hudgens has it. He dribbles up the left side. Splits a trap. Ball is going to be nearly a jump ball at the end of the quarter, but instead they just let the time wind out, and that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. A quarter that saw Trotwood score 16 points to the Yellow Jackets 13 points as they extend their lead to 60-56. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in just a moment. Well, Sparksy, what's it going to take for the Jackets to maybe stay in this thing and pull out a victory against Trotwood?
Well, just keep this high-powered offense going. Obviously, Trotwood's going to get a little bit into foul trouble here, so play a little bit more aggressive and get the fouls, and we'll just hope for the best.
Trotwood got a big contribution there in the third quarter from Keontae Hewley as he hit 2 3 balls and another bucket for 8 points. Those are his only 8 points of the ballgame, but they were huge in extending that Trotwood lead. But the Jackets did a nice job. Big 3 ball by Trey Wernz to cut the lead to 4, and that's where we stand right now. The Jackets will send out Gordon, Wernz, Hudgens, Conrad, and Roberts. Gordon gets the ball in the backcourt. He's going to be double-teamed, as he has been much of the evening. He is double-teamed in the backcourt by Anderson and Blanton. Gordon breaks that double-team and gets the ball to Wernz. Wernz goes underneath to Roberts, back to Gordon. Little 5-footer in the lane, good. Andre Gordon with 8 points. Mims crosses half court for Trotwood. He gives it on the right side to Blanton, who gives it between the circles to Anderson. Back to Blanton, who has it on the right wing. He drops it off to Gates, but the ball is going to be tipped by Roberts and Wernz and end up in the hand of Trey Wernz. He gives it off to Josiah Hudgens. The ball is stolen by Blanton. He saves it to Gates. Oh! Tries to dunk it. We're going to get a foul.
What?
Foul on Trey Wernz. That'll be his second, Sidney's fourth. Sparks doesn't agree. The Sidney crowd doesn't agree, but Trotwood agrees. Neat high school atmosphere here this evening, as it's been an exciting game, and Gates is going to go to the line. He is an 80% free throw shooter. He is 12 of 15 on the year. Misses the first. Gates has not scored. Comes in averaging 5.6 points per ball game. Terrence Gates, the 6'4 senior forward, eyes the second free throw. It's up and no good off the back of the iron. Rebound to Rotez Roberts. Roberts will hand it off to Andre Gordon. Mari Davis nearly picks up his fourth foul in the backcourt. Instead, the ball's going to be turned over into the hands of Gates, and he'll be fouled by Rotez Roberts. Roberts is going to pick up his second foul. So Gates will go back to the line where he just missed a pair, but like we said, he's an 80% free throw shooter on the year. His free throw is no good. He's missed 3 in a row. Darren Taborn's going to check back in for the Jackets. Taborn checking in with 19 points. He'll replace Josiah Hudgens. Gates eyeing the second free throw. No good off the back of the iron. Rebound again to Rotez Roberts. Roberts is going to hand it off to Darren Taborn. Trotwood applying their full court pressure, and they're going to cause another turnover by the Jackets. Ball goes out of bounds, and we'll stay with Trotwood. Still only a 2-point lead, but the Jackets have missed out on the last couple of possessions on a chance to tie the game or maybe even go ahead. Substitution for Trotwood, Keontae Hewley, will check in for Terrence Gates. Of course, Justin Stevens saddled with 4 fouls on the bench right now for Trotwood. Nice inbounds play by Trotwood. as Carl Blanton finds himself wide open. He now has 10 points. And here comes Andre Gordon. Gordon going right at Davis. His layup is no good, ends up in the hands of Trotwood. Here comes Hewley. His floater is blocked by Rotez Roberts, who gets his own rebound, and we're going to get a foul in the backcourt. We'll march all the way to the other end as Rotez Roberts is going to get to shoot free throws. That foul's on number 4, Carter Mims, his third. Roberts, who has 12 points, and I don't want to guess how many rebounds, and probably nearly a handful of blocks as well. He's been extremely active for the Jackets so far. Looking for point number 13. This is a 1-and-1. He's a 56% free throw shooter. Misses it off the side of the rim. Rebound comes down to Carl Blanton. Blanton brings the ball across half court. Trotwood with a 4-point lead. Nice move by Anderson, but blocked by Roberts. Roberts with a block and the rebound gives it to Andre Gordon. He pulls up from 8. No, nice pass. Full pass. Darren Taborn lays it up and in. He's got 21. Nice pass from Andre Gordon. Hewley going right at Roberts. Blocks it again. I think we're going to get a body foul, though, on Trey Wernz. And we do. Wernz doesn't agree, but probably a good call, as Hewley is going to go to the line. He is a 55.6% free throw shooter on the year. Big second half so far for Hewley. He'll get 2 shots here. 8 points all in the second half, all in the third quarter. Trotwood leads by 2. Hewley trying to make that 3, and he does. His 9th point. Keontae Hewley looking to get in double figures to join Blanton and Davis, and he does. Yellow Jackets have to go against that pressure again. Rotez Roberts has it in the backcourt. Looking deep to Jace Conrad, and just out of the reach of Conrad and out of bounds. And the ball will go over to Trotwood. As Coach Willoughby says, not a bad look. Just kind of got caught in between there as Conrad was cutting in and cutting out. And got caught a little bit in between, but not a bad idea to look up the floor for the Jackets. Mims has the ball. Gives it on the left side to Hewley. Back to Mims. Swings it on the right side to Sammy Anderson. Anderson gives it to Blanton. He drives down the left side, kicks out to Hewley. 3-ball from the left corner. No good this time. Rebound is tipped out of bounds by Davis, and it'll go over to the Jackets. Of course, another dead ball situation where the Jackets have to face this pressure that's already set up for Trotwood. Keith Lee will help break that pressure as he checks in for Jace Conrad and will inbound for the Jackets. He gives it to Darren Taborn. Taborn gives it to Keith Lee. Eyeing the defense, 6 minutes to go in the ball game. Keith Lee will get it across half court. Now gets a back cutting Andre Gordon, who drives down the lane, goes to the rack, puts it up and in. Andre Gordon in double figures with 10. The lead is 2 for Trotwood. Sammy Anderson has it high on the left, guarded by Taborn in the zone. He has it between the circles. Does Anderson. Goes into the high post area to Blanton, who looked like he did travel. No call. We're going to get a timeout by Trotwood. Good timeout by Trotwood. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. 5:36 to go in the ball game. Jackets trail by 2. We'll be back for the finish in just a moment. Well, we might be in for an exciting finish here between the number 1 ranked Trotwood Rams and the Sidney Yellow Jackets, as the Jackets led much of the first half before trailing by 1 at halftime. Trotwood has controlled much of the second half, but only lead by 2 right now, inbounding underneath their own basket. Got a momentary pause here as Andre Gordon gets a chance to tie his shoe. On the floor for the Jackets, Taborn, Lee, Wernz, who has a couple of big 3 balls, Gordon, and Roberts. Sammy Anderson, the 6'2 junior guard, averaging 11.7 points per game, will trigger for the Rams. He'll have to pass it outside to Mims. Carter Mims working between the circles, passes on the left side to Hewley. 5:25 to go in the ball game. Hewley will swing it on the left side to Anderson as the Jackets are paying a little more attention to Amari Davis this half. Blanton drives down the right side and makes a nice move to beat the outstretched hands of Varsity Roberts and lay it up and in. Okay. Kind of a quiet 12, but a really good 12 from Carl Blanton here this evening. So he's the second leading scorer for Trotwood coming into the game and tonight. Taborn drives down the lane. Left-handed layup is no good. Ends up in the hands of Anderson. Anderson attacking the Yellow Jackets. Will go all the way the whole way up and in. Sammy Anderson now with 4 points, and the lead is back up to 6. Andre Gordon loses the ball in the backcourt. Stolen by Sammy Anderson. Ends up in the hands of Blanton, who hammers it home. Timeout, Jackets. 4:41 to go in the game. Trotwood on a nice little run here, a quick 6-0 run to push the lead to 8. We'll be back in just a moment. Well, Sparksy, the Yellow Jackets have had to answer some Trotwood runs, and it looks like they're going to have to answer another one right now. Otherwise, Trotwood could run away with this one.
Yeah, they're going to have to do that pretty fast. Obviously, since Trotwood is pretty aggressive,
Still plenty of time.
Yeah, plenty of time.
Lots of possessions in a ball game like this.
Yes, lots.
Yellow Jackets will have their starters on the floor. Stevens still not in the ball game for Trotwood as they're on defense. Gordon swings a pass to Keith Lee, gives it back to Andre Gordon. He'll turn it over as the ball goes to Amari Davis. Davis down the lane, lays it up and in, and he's fouled. Davis now with 34 points, and the lead is 10, and Amari Davis will go back to the line where he's a 65% free throw shooter, trying for point number 35. Fouls on Andre Gordon, his 4th. Davis eyes the free throw. No good off the back of the iron. Rebound down to Varsity Roberts. He hands it off to Andre Gordon. Gordon dribbling up the sideline is going to be fouled, and he'll go to the line. Fouls on number 5, Keontae Hewley, his 3rd. Trotwood's 8th, so a 1-on-1 situation for Andre Gordon. Gordon will go to the line where he is a 75.7% free throw shooter. Of course, the sensational senior comes in averaging 22.6 points per contest, and a GWalk leading 5.8 assists per contest. Gordon's free throw is no good. Rebound down to Amari Davis from Trotwood. Davis will bring the ball across half court. Looks like Trotwood is going to hold the ball up close to half court, maybe make the Jackets either extend or perhaps switch defenses. Hewley has the ball on the right wing. He'll pass it to Mims between the circles. Ball goes underneath to Davis. Now on the high post, there's a 15-footer by Blanton. Rolls around and in. Blanton with 16 points. We got a delay with game warning on Trotwood, which could hurt them if it happens again, but subsequently actually helps them in this situation as they get to set up their press. Ball goes into Gordon. He swings it back to Darren Taborn. Taborn across half court. Give it to Keith Lee. Lee driving on the left side, dumps it off to Roberts. Strong to the bucket. Lays it up and in. Varsity Roberts will go to the line, trying for point number 15. The foul is on number 4, Carter Mims, his 4th. The Jackets still trailing by 10. Justin Stevens is going to check in for Trotwood. He will replace Mims, who sits down with 4. Stevens checks in with 4 fouls. Still plenty of time, but the Jackets are going to have to get some stops and probably hit a couple shots as they trail by 10. Roberts trying to make that a single-digit deficit, and he is unable to do so. The ball goes off the back of the iron and over to Trotwood. Sammy Anderson has the ball. High on the left. He'll dribble down the lane all the way to the hoop. lay it up and in. Sammy Anderson with his second bucket in the fourth quarter, 6 points overall. Gordon will stop and pop from three-point range, no good. Rebound ends up in the hands of Carl Blanton. Blanton will pass it to Davis, all the way to the hoop, lay it up and in. Davis with 36, and it's starting to get away from the Jackets a little bit here as Trotwood leads by 14. There's going to be a foul by Amari Davis. That'll be his fourth. 3:16 to go in the ball game, and that'll send Josiah Hudgens to the line for a double bonus 2 free throws. Hudgens has 4 points on the game. He is 2 of 2 from the line so far, although he comes in as a 38% free throw shooter. Hudgens' first free throw is good. He has 5. Free throw is no good. Comes to the hands of Stevens. Ball's pushed up by Trotwood. Here's Hewley working on Roberts, who shuts off the baseline, but Trotwood is happy to bring the ball out top and run a little bit of clock. Sammy Anderson has it, guarded by Andre Gordon. Gordon with 4 fouls. Anderson gets around Gordon. He'll dish it off to Stevens, who lays it up and in. Stevens with 8 points. Ball's inbounded to Andre Gordon, deep in the corner. Going to be kicked from behind by Trotwood, and the ball will stay with Sidney. 15-point lead for Trotwood, 80-65. 2:46 to go. Carter Mims is going to check in. The 5'5 sophomore will replace Amari Davis, who has 4 fouls. Darren Taborn passes the ball in to Andre Gordon. Gordon guarded by 2 in the backcourt. Gives it over to Keith Lee. Lee will get around Hewley and get the ball across half court. Pass it in to Darren Taborn, who goes to the basket. Blocked by Stevens. Into the hand of Mims. He gives it up to Sammy Anderson, and we're going to get an offensive foul before the dunk. Good call by the official as Keontae Hewley got caught with a moving screen away from the ball. That is a player control foul, so no free throws. Gordon gives the ball in to Keith Lee. Lee to Taborn as he crosses half court. Taborn, left-handed runner in the lane, up and in. Nice game from Darren Taborn. He now has 23 points to lead the Jackets. 13-point lead for Trotwood. They are in control and with the ball. Mims will throw it over to Hewley as the Jackets have switched to a man-to-man defense. Sammy Anderson has the ball, guarded by Gordon. So we approach 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Anderson with a lob pass to Stevens. His layup is up and in. Stevens also in double figures now with 10 points. Roberts with a cross-court pass that's going to be intercepted by Hewley. And here comes Hewley down the lane. Reverse layup, up and in.
Nice.
He has 12. And it's a 17-point lead. Taborn with a good idea, but it doesn't connect with Roberts. The ball goes out of bounds. And Trotwood will have possession. 1:36 to go, 84-67. Jackets fought hard, but just didn't quite have enough in the tank as Trotwood has extended their lead here in the fourth quarter and have taken command of the game. Hewley will bring the ball across half court for the Rams. Passes high on the left to Sammy Anderson. Anderson gets a ball screen. Now will spin in the lane, drop it off to Blanton. Tries a dunk, but is blocked by Rotez Roberts, but Trotwood retains possession as Anderson has it. He'll be guarded by Taborn. Taborn tries for the steal. Anderson will get all the way to the hole, laid up and in. Anderson with 8. The pass up to Josiah Hudgens, who lays a layup up and in. He has 7. We're under a minute, 86-69. Blanton guarded by Keith Lee. Has the ball deep in the corner. He'll dribble around Keith Lee, lay it up and in. Blanton now with 18, which is nearly his average at 18.4. Darren Taborn has the ball go out of bounds off of Carl Blanton. And with 40 seconds left, Trotwood leads by 19. Keith Lee inbounding for the Jackets. Gives it to Hudgens. He fires a long three ball, in and out, no good. Rebound to Hewley. Hewley will walk the ball up against Gordon. 30 seconds to go. Hewley is being trapped. We'll give it to Blanton. Throws it underneath to Anderson. Anderson is going to have the ball stolen by Rotez Roberts. But Rotez on his steal had the ball hit the baseline. It'll stay with Trotwood. Anderson into Hewley, who has a layup that is goaltended but went in anyway. He joins a host of, oh, I'm sorry, he was already in double figures. Now with 14 points. That makes it 90-69 as the Yellow Jackets look like they're dribbling out the game. Keith Lee has it. He'll hand it off to Rotez Roberts. He gives it to Josiah Hudgens. He'll throw up a long three ball. And Roberts will get another rebound. And this three ball's no good. Ends up in the hands of Justin Stevens, and Trotwood avenges a loss from a couple of years ago here at the Hive as they are going to go home 21-point victors, 90-69. Amari Davis led all scorers with 36 points. A huge game from Amari and a great player. Carl Blanton added 18 points. Keontae Hewley, the 5'10 junior, had 14 points. Sammy Anderson had 8, and Justin Stevens had 10. For the Yellow Jackets, big game from Darren Taborn. He had 23 points. Rotez Roberts added 14 points. Andre Gordon had 10. Trey Werns had 6. So the Yellow Jackets fall to Trotwood, 90-69 in the varsity game. They won the JV game 87-62 and lost the freshman game 62-51. Sparksy, your final thoughts?
Well, the Jackets played pretty good whole through the game. I mean, in the end, they still played aggressive and stuff like that, but obviously this Trotwood team is just fantastic all the way around.
It's a great team. The Jackets showed that they can play with a team that's very, very good caliber, although we already knew that. Just weren't able to put 4 quarters together tonight. But the Jackets don't have time to rest and worry about this one too much, as they're back in action against a very good Wapak team on Monday here at the Hive. And then on Tuesday, they turn right back around and they will play against Tippecanoe here at home. And then on Friday, they will play against Troy here at home. So in the next 6 days, they have 3 more games. So the Yellow Jackets will look to get off their feet here in the next couple days and hopefully rebound and get a victory here at home against Wapakoneta. Once again, we will definitely carry the game next Tuesday and next Friday. Monday we might. We're going to kind of see how things play out. If we don't, WOSN out of Lima will carry the game live. So you could tune into them as well. But we appreciate everybody tuning in with us tonight. We will make an announcement whether or not we're doing Monday's game here very soon. The Jackets fall tonight 90-69. I'm Greg Snyder from SHS TV Productions, along with Caleb Sparks Jr. and Jacob Everingham on camera, also a junior. Thanks for joining us. Everybody have a good evening.